Hello, welcome to today's craft along. Let me just check everything is set up. I think we're good to go. Might just move this in a little bit, so a bit more central. Wonderful, excellent. And we need to turn it on. Turn the sound down off that screen. So excellent. So we've got, so I can watch along, so I can see what you're seeing, and I can see any comments. So yeah, so welcome on. This is the March craft along by me, Della. I run Della by Design, which is my own creation. I started it back in 2016, and I've previously run these events on Facebook, Zoom, but no, this is our first time using YouTube to live broadcast the workshops. So across today there will be 3 workshops. The first one is this Tulips for You card kit. I've put an hour for each one, but I think this one will take a little bit less, but I'll give me a chance to just talk you through how everything works and some doodle ideas for you. So do let me know in the comments if you are watching along. Give us a little wave. It'd be good to just know if that all works. Let me know you can hear me. So I did some testing videos yesterday with varying degrees of success, but at one point the mic completely cut it out, so you couldn't hear me. So let me know you can hear me, and that would be fab. So the craft along, let me give a little quick intro. So as the name suggests, you can book onto the craft along, so book onto this workshop, and you will be sent the kits through the post, and you will have need to craft these designs along with me. So today we've got this card we're going to be making, and then we've also got a mystery kit which we'll reveal later on today, and then we'll be making the tulip box frame, which is this one. So this one is inspired by this one with the tulips, but some paper tulips. That later on this afternoon. So if you're catching this up at some point, and Deborah said hi, she can hear me. Excellent, thank you very much. That's fab. So if you've got your craft along kit, each one is wrapped up, so you'll find them on with the 10 a.m. one, and you can unwrap that. So I will show you. This is the advanced version of this kit in the coral color, and I'll show you how to make this card from the advanced kit. And there is also a beginner's kit which comes in part way through. So let me just explain to you how these kits work. So these kits come as box kits, and they contain everything you need to make 4 cards. And for this design, you get to make 4 cards in 4 different colors. So that's really fast. I'm going to show you in here. Please slide off. So in here, and I can show you what the colors are as well. So for the beginner's kit, these bits are already doodled and colored for you, all by hand on these ones. So you got, and the colors match the background card. I'll tell you what's in there in just a sec. And then here are the 4 cards. So you've got a nice bright yellow, the bright red, and the coral color we'll do today. And then this kind of somewhere between pink and purple. It's kind of a really nice, it's a real sort of natural color for tulips, which I always find fascinating when buying different colors of tulips. So that's in the business. So, and it comes with 4 card blanks, and then these card blanks have a little tulip stamped on the inside, which is a lovely little treat on here. Let me show you on this one. And what we do with that is that we actually layer up this tulip on top. So in here, so keep it all safe, is all those bits of tulips, the leaves and the petals are all cut out in there ready, and then the just for you greeting as well is in there. So I'll keep all the bits safe in there for you. And then it also comes with your envelopes and your instructions, so full written instructions, or you can just follow along to this video, and then a big roll of double-sided tape which just fits in there snugly. So that is the beginner's kit for this one. And I'll leave that aside. And then the advanced kit comes with all the pieces ready to cut out and to doodle on and to colour in. Everything's sort of cut to the right shape. And it also includes a pen as well. So you've got the professional drawing pen to add the doodles. So that's what happens in the advanced kit. So I think we're all ready to get started. I will say, if you're watching this live or so it's March the 10th in 2023, and I'm running a little celebratory sale on these kits on my website up until Monday. So that's the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of March 2023, and you can get 20% off those kits. So yes, I will add the link into the description. I am able to. YouTube currently. I have to wait till I'm allowed to do that. Got to prove myself, prove my worth. But yes, I will do that. Or you can jump onto Etsy and just search for Tulip Card Kit or Della by Design, and you'll find my full shop there. All right, I think that's enough talking. Should we get started? So let's start by, I think with these tulips, let's start by cutting out these bits. So on the green, I'm going to cut out the green bits. So I have to say it's quite thin on here. It is sort of quite fiddly. So if cutting out is not for you, feel free to either leave that black and white, or you can colour it in with some pens. You don't have to cut them out. But adding this sort of decoupage effect of adding the card on top is really, it just really makes it stand out. It's a really bold effect. So I'm going to cut out these. Got a look, my trusty scissors, small and sharp. And here my top tips on cutting out is to keep the scissors still and then rotate the card around, but I'm not trying to like move my hand around. So I'll concentrate on the fiddly bit. Here I twist around. It's a nice thick card, so it'll do some bending when you're cutting, and you can just flatten that out. And lay that on there, and then cut out the. So I'm going to cut out the petals at the top, but there's one. As one piece. So sort of part of the joy about these craft longs is that they are designed to be for everyone to be crafting alongside. So I'm not jumping in with here's one I made earlier all the time. So to give a chance for everyone to work at the same pace. Although I think because when I'm chatting, I think I'm always a little bit behind everyone else. And then if you've got the beginner's kit, you can treat yourself to a cup of tea and just relax while I'm doing these bits. Or you can look ahead and add your own magic, which I know Deborah likes to do. So I'm going to guess that she's probably colouring in the doodled one she's got. There we go. Just got a little niggly bit in there I want to get rid of. There we go. It's on there. And then I'll just move these to the side. Excellent. I'm going to glue these down now. So I'm going to use a strong wet glue. It's called Glossy Accents. It's not technically a glue. It adds a nice sheen to things, but it does hold together very well. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of glue onto the tulip in the card. So in fact, if you actually got the beginners kit, this will be part of your job to do as well. Now this it's a wet glue, and it just takes a little bit of time to cure. So if I put it on now, it will just slide and smooth out. So I'm just stalling for a few seconds. I'm just going to check if it's still live. Excellent. So now I'm going to lay this on top. Not going to push too hard just yet. But it has a little bit of chance to move. It means you can push it onto the right place. That's good. If you do get a little bit of glue seeping out from the sides, you can just use fingernail, which I also do, or the end of a scissors. I've got what is it called, a pokey tool? Well, I call it a pokey tool. I'm not sure if it's the actual official name. I've got my really old one here. I've got a nice new. I bought a new one last year, but I can't even sit there. You always go back to the old tools, don't you? So this one has it's like a giant needle, retractable needle. So it's a handy point to use to scoop up any messes. So right, and then we can look at adding some doodles. And I've just remembered that I did not. Yeah, pro markers ready for this. That will test us. Let me do that first, actually. So we're going to colour in the tulips. And for this, I use a pro marker. And you know what? I'm going to use this. So yeah, if you're... so I'm just going to test out the colours on these. And I'm going to test it out on this label, because it is actually the same card as this one. And check that I'm happy with that. So ideally it will go quite nicely with that colour green there, which it does. Now that was nice and easy to find. Finding the right coral one might be a bit more tricky, she says. I've got ginger here. I wonder if ginger will be... Oh, that looks nice. Have a look. I'll say quite a few years ago when I started doing these, I used to... Oh, here we go. It's actually called coral. I used to work... I can't remember. So I had a small craft room. But I used to host these... I'll get in that. I'll just put that on the floor. I used to host these down in the conservatory or down the dining room table, because it was a bit more space to set up all the lights and the filming and stuff. And as I literally, I had to like pack up a box of stuff and take down. And the amount of times it was like, oh, have I not got this? And the panic. But now this is all set up in my studio now. So this is where I normally sit and work and craft. So everything is in arm's reach anyway, which is nice and reassuring. So I'm just going to test this one as well. So this is coral, even though it's called coral and that matches the name of the card. I'm gonna go with the ginger. I love the names of these pro markers. They're a lot of fun. So I'm going to colour in the petals. So the card, all the white card in my kits is a special sort of, I think it's called Silky Smooth card, which is designed to work well with pro markers or alcohol markers, because it allows a little bit of bleeding, like it absorbs the ink, but not too much. So if you did this on like printer paper, it would blend out quite quickly. But at the same time, these alcohol pens, if you use two colours together, that you can blend the colours together, but you need the right surface so that it doesn't dry straight away. So there's the petals, and then we're going to add the leaves, green. I'm going to start at the base. Now they do go really, really thin. So you can do it quite sort of arty and just go over the lines and just get an impression of the leaf, or just leave the tips, just stroke up and away from the base of the leaf. And if you don't reach the top, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, I'm quite stubborn and perfectionist, so I will attempt to. There we go. Just hold that up. So I did actually leave the ends, the very end white. I'm just going to get that focus. Oh, go on, it did a second ago. Go on. There we go. So I did leave the ends white. But it depends if you're doing it with coloured pencils. Obviously, you can get a lot more accuracy. But yeah, so that's I'll move that to one side. Now let's do some doodling. So I can talk for hours about doodling, and in fact I have. I have a Doodle with Della course, which I started in the first lockdown. We ran again in the third lockdown. The second lockdown was great. That was when the kids were back at school and we were just working at home. That was fab. So yes, so I ran there's a Doodle by Della course, which is a free online course. You can get to it via my website, or just search Doodle with Della, and that walks you through lots of different worksheets and new doodles individually of how to draw them, and then how to build them up into different projects. So different ways of using them in card making or scrapbooking, and the way how to break things down so that you can add doodles to virtually anything, including just as an example of virtually anything, including my plant pot stroke pen pot at the moment, but that's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's start with, so if you haven't got this kit with you today, and you want to have a little go, just grab some scrap paper. Actually, I might just use the back of this one. Just grab some scrap paper and a black pen. You don't need to have like a fancy black fine liner. If you do, that's fab. You get like a smoother line. It's sort of easier to do, but you can do it with a biro and just learn some of the techniques. So what should we do with this one? Have a look. So what I'm going to do actually, so the thing about this one is that these sections are quite small, so you wouldn't necessarily use some of these bigger doodles in these small sections. But I'm going to show you a doodle just for fun now. So it's a good one to learn, but it would be too big. We could do it actually, but it'd be a bit lost in the little section. But yes, it's called Dots and S's, and my voice is just going one sec. So it's called Dots and S's. So you start off by drawing dots quite large, and then you're going to draw them in a line with equal distance, and then do a second line. So you sort of imagine you're drawing the dots on a square grid. It doesn't have to be too neat. That's the joy of doodling. It's kind of the sum of its parts are. Hang on, what's the phrase? I think that's maths. My maths degree. It all comes together. So you do a grid of dots, and then we're going to do an S shape. So by that I mean So from one dot to the other dot, imagine an S like that. But what we're going to do is treat the dot as a curve on the S. So we're going to go around it from that one and back up to that one. Get that to focus. You know, when it does focus, it's beautiful. Okay. Well, hopefully you can see that it doesn't seem to want to focus today. So what we're going to do is for every dot, top and bottom, we're going to do that same S shape. So this is where you might find that the dots get increasingly larger as you sort of scoop them up into the S. And that's absolutely fine. So keep that same movement of that S shape from one side to the other. There we go. So we've got a line of S's. I'll nub again, but we'll see. Oh, you get a split second of focus. It goes again. So we got that, and then we're going to turn it to the side, and then it's the same S motion, but from top to bottom again. So Deborah says the video quality. I'm wondering that because my screen that I've got on the side, I don't think it's that clear on there, but the screen I've got on the laptop is crystal clear. Might have to rethink that. Okay. So then we're doing the same S shape from top to bottom. And you join them together to make this beautiful pattern. So if any of the dots that look messy and they've got bits coming out, just make the dot bigger. Just draw over it again. There we go. I see I'll get a beautiful clearing on there, but yes, it is. All right then, so let's have a look at some ideas we can add onto our tulips. So to start off with, I'm just going to add a little bit of detail to the petals on two of the flowers. Just little lines following this direction, and in the middle I'm just going to do curved lines. And the same on this side. There we go. That focus nice and quickly. And then let's see. So each of the sections we're going to add a different doodle in. So you can look at the pictures of my finished cards and get some ideas, or you can make up your own ones. I'm going to copy a few on from here, just because I'm doing a live video and it's slightly stressful. So I'm going to do some dots and dashes. I wonder if I can bring this in for this. So you can see I'm doing a bit better. All right, so I've got some dots and dashes. So it's like kind of like a brick wall effect, is that you don't want the dashes to be in the same order. You sort of pick where the gaps go. Not the bottom. It's a nice. It reminds me of like a silver birch. And then the next one, I'm going to do some big circles. So circles that go over the edge of the section. That one just disappearing off the side there. Nice and simple one. And then this one I'm going to do, these are batches of 3 lines. So I'm going to come across this way, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to draw another batch of 3 lines coming this direction. And I'm going to start each one from the end of the last one. It doesn't have to be too exact, because it's like an optical illusion. Your mind does the does the rest. Oh, the wind's picking up outside. It sounds horrendous. There we go. And then I'm just going to extend that up to the top. So once you've finished the pattern, just always think about how wherever the pattern is can be extended beyond where it is. So actually saying that bit needs to come there, just that you've finished it's as if you're taking a snapshot of a larger pattern and not just finishing at the edges. And the next one, I'm going to do some spirals. I'm going to start with some large ones and then go back and fill in the gaps. Some smaller ones. And then let's do a cross hatch. So this is 3 lines in one direction and then 3 lines in another. And then alternating that pattern. So when you come the next line, you go down, you do the opposite of what's above. And then I'm going to do the arches on this one. So I do 1 arch and then a double line on the top. And then another arch on the left-hand side and a double line. And then switch left and right. This is where it's really nice having this like uniform shape to fill in for this one. Makes it really easy to create that kind of scale, like fish scale type pattern. Yeah. And then nice simple zigzag. The next one. So to make the zigzag a little bit more interesting, I quite often like shade in one side of the zigzags. So all the triangles that are coming this way by adding some lines. If you've got more time, you can colour extra shade and just gives it that extra depth. And then for the last one, I'm going to do some dots. So I'm going to do some larger dots. So quite a random pattern. And then in the gaps, I'm just going to fill in with some smaller ones until I'm just literally tapping and getting really tiny dots. And it's up to you if you want to doodle across the top. I'm going to do a sort of scalloped top. And then I'm going to shade the bottom half of that. By adding little lines all the way across. Try not to go over the lines, but the overall effect is still beautiful even if we go over the lines. There we have it. So that's our finished doodle. So if you wanted to add colour to those sections, then you can. I'm going to leave mine black and white. So let's move this tripod back up again. So if you've got motion sickness, give it a bit more space. It's a really awkward height because I can't see the screen. Right, hopefully get to focus again down here. There we go. So let's start by gluing this onto the panel. So you should find it, you get an even border on the outside. All the corners have been done the same, so it should match beautifully. And I'm going to use this glue mouse, which dispenses like double-sided tape. Add that onto the back. Boop. Cheese string on it. And then just going to get that even border. And then we're going to add foam tape to the back and onto the back of the Just For You. So I think in the craft long kit you've probably got, I know you have, so probably I put it together so I know, the square pads which you'll need to dot across the back here, which is a little frustrating. So if you have got any tape, it'll be quicker. That's why for this one in the box kits where you've got to make 4 cards, I do include the tape instead of the pads. So you don't need to completely cover it, just space them out so that you've got, it just has its supported across the side. But if you've got the tape, we can be a little bit more generous. I mean, you can be generous with the pads as well, but it just takes an age to take all the backings off. So add these onto the back here. Try and get them the right length so it goes all the way across. So this is foam tape, so it is sticky on both sides. It has a backing paper on it at the minute, so it's not sticking on that side. So I'll make sure I've got some in there. And it's the lovely stuff. It rips nice and easily, so you don't need to get scissors involved and get sticky, which is handy. And then so you can then peel off the back to reveal the other sticky side. If you are sending your cards in the post, I think this would just be okay, but then you've got Just For You on top. So if you want to play it safe, just glue everything down flat to avoid paying the large letter charge on the thing. I didn't see that message come up, but Deborah says she can see perfect now. I wonder if it's just the connection goes. Be a shame. So on the front of the card, we're going to add this on. We're going to try and get an even space each side. Just do that last minute check that you've got it the right way around. It's always frustrating if you put all the effort in and then discover it's on upside down. There we go. Stick that down in place. Looking beautiful. And then we're going to add some foam tape to the back of the greeting. And then see, I've left a lovely gap there to add that in. And there we have it, a lovely, simple, Just For You card. And there's my logo and details on the back. So that is our first craft along. So I said it'd be less than an hour. So yeah, so that is the Tulips For You design. So like I said, it does available in an advanced kit to make 4 cards, or the beginner's kit to make 4 cards, but with things already coloured in and doodled for you. So that's a very quick and easy kit to make. And even the advanced one, it's a nice simple intro to doodling, which is a lot of fun. we will be tackling a slightly more larger scale project later on today. So have a look at the videos to come. So we've got this one at 2 o'clock today. So we'll be making usual background and these paper tulips. But yes, this is a lovely little starter. So excellent, thank you ever so much. If you want to subscribe to my channel for more craft alongs, I have a series of craft alongs this year. The next one is in May, and then July, and then after into Christmas. So for my Christmas designs, I do a big week-long Christmas craft along, where you can dip in and make up all the new designs for this year. So do subscribe to my YouTube channel, or pop along to my Etsy shop and get the discount offer on this weekend. And do say hello in the comments if you're watching along live. It'd be lovely to say hello to you all. And thank you ever so much. And the number, for some reason, the numbers of people watching live is just going up now, but wonderful. But I'll be back again at midday with the mystery kit for today. So thanks, Deborah. Yes, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.